Hey, case study.
Hey, what's going on, Katie? How you
How's it
doing?
going?
And
Good.
hey, Bradley, how you doing?
Hey, Case.
All right, so basically, this is my idea, and I gotta watch the interview myself. But something I've been contemplating lately is, I'm somebody that's always a hopeless optimist. So whenever we have letdowns, like the recent Nina Turner race, I'm like, my idea is not to get out of electoral politics, but what can we learn from
Mm.
Hmm.
what just happened, and then what can we change moving forward? So
Right.
something I've been thinking about recently is we we as progressives have to change the way we run for office. We
Mhm.
cannot do
Hmm.
the traditional run, which is,
Hmm.
a year before the primary, you start running, you get a campaign manager,
Hmm.
do call time, and et cetera, et cetera. That's how the establishment runs. We have to
Mm.
think
Hmm.
differently. And something that, I've been introduced to a mutual aid concept recently from Revolutionary Blackout Network. And I was
Hmm.
thinking, what if let's use Nina Turner's race as an example. What if Nina Turner, for the let's say she's going to run again for the House. I don't let's not put
Hmm.
president. Let's
So,
say for the House, and she creates Nina Turner's Mutual Aid organization. That's the name of it, Nina Turner's Mutual Aid, and she has
Hmm.
volunteers. She's the president of this organization in her district, and she instructs her volunteers to go out, knock on doors, and say, "Hi, I'm with Nina Turner's Mutual Aid. How can I help you? What do you
mm.
need
Right.
help with?" If you're an old person in a house, for example, who can't mow the lawn or can't let's say they have a couch that they've been meaning to pull it out and
Hmm.
put it to the front yard to get thrown out. They say, "Hey, I live alone. Is there any way you can help me with that?" Sure, we can help you out with that. By the way, is there a service that you provide that you can help your neighbor out with? So let's say they knock on the
Hmm.
door and somebody just happens to be a lawyer. I'm just throwing out an example. Yeah, I'm a lawyer and I can I'll do pro bono work for this and this. Okay, let me write your name down. So now you're creating a community and a place where neighbors can come together and help each other out. And over time, because you're calling it Nina Turner's Mutual Aid, now you're creating name recognition. Now, of course, we
Right.
know Nina Turner has a lot of name recognition already. But let's say now you go to the random person, case study QB is running for office. Now I
Hmm.
create case study mutual aid and I'm having my volunteers go out say, hey, case this is I'm with case study mutual aid and I would like to we'd like to help you out. So base and you have to do this, I would say 2 years out. You can't
Mm.
do it 1 year and
Right.
expect to
Right.
really
Like
make traction.
so that it is
Oh,
divorced from campaigning,
Hmm.
so that it's like you get into people's lives and into their
Mm,
awareness before they associate you with, oh, because otherwise it's like, oh, you're just doing this because you're running for.
exactly.
No, like this is a really really excellent idea
yeah.
for a lot of different reasons, but yeah,
So,
Would
so
people
really
real
be,
good.
quick, and
would
then
people
I'll
I
go
have a
ahead,
question.
Katie.
So would
Go ahead,
people be
Katie.
doing this sometimes to run and sometimes not to run? Like you'd have like like it could be Katie Halper's mutual aid if
Mhm.
I'm never gonna run, but like I could just be doing it.
Oh,
So
I think.
this is
Sorry.
what I was thinking about it, guys. So overall, there will be like, in my vision of this like infrastructure, overall there would be the United States Mutual Aid Organization, which would bring everybody together. But at a local level, um, the point of putting the name of the person there is for name recognition. That's how
Right.
they're going. This is going to overcome, TV ads,
Right.
radio ads, et cetera, et cetera. And so what that means, so let's say in AOC's situation, she created AOC Mutual Aid, right? Now, when she starts to fail us as a progressive and we start to get disenfranchised by her, that organization is going to hold her accountable by saying, you know what, AOC, we're changing the name of this of
Hmm.
our organization, and they're going to find somebody within their leadership to run against her. We're changing it to that person's name. Katie Helper is going to run against AOC. Okay, now we're
Don't
just
start rumors.
because. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's effective because then they don't have that infrastructure. They don't have,
Exactly.
in
AOC
terms of like.
loses that. So it's like different from DSA, right? DSA right
Right.
now is really kind of going along with AOC and whatever she wants. And then even
Right.
with Jamal Bowman recently, like they try to hold him accountable and they
Yeah.
got a lot of pushback. So the way that the local people at that local level in that organization is going to directly say, hey, you failed us. we're going to move on to somebody else and support somebody else next time, we're changing the name of our organization. What you guys think?
And then when it comes time, if you choose to, run for that seat or whatever, like I totally love this idea, because then I think it would hit different for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people when they're like, oh, this person's coming to me and talking to me now, but even when they didn't want something like that from me, they like helped me,
Mm-hmm.
rake my lawn and stuff like that.
Exactly.
My
Like that
question is,
you,
so if
yeah.
I meet someone and they're like, "Hi, this is my mutual aid society," do I know automatically is this person running, or do people not running do it too?
Good question. So this is not necessarily, I mean, I don't want to limit people, but I would say this is the sole purpose of marrying electoral politics and mutual aid. So the person with their name on it is, you can automatically assume they're running for office at some
Okay,
point.
right,
And we'll let we don't want to keep this as a secret, or over time as this brand becomes known, people are going to know, okay, such and such mutual aid, okay, this person is running
right,
for office, because at the beginning they're going to be knocking on doors, but then at some point they're going to come back around, whether maybe that a year out they'll say, hey, this Nina Turner is running for office and we would love your support. And now also a benefit of this is you're not asking people, are you a Republican or a Democrat,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're or independent. You're getting everybody to associate with Nina Turner, even if you're a Republican. Oh, this person helped me, okay, I'll give them
Right.
my vote. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I really, I'm shocked that no one has come up, like, vocalized this idea before, but it makes
yeah,
so much sense.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers that can go along with this. Like, how do we
Yeah.
find that leader? How we find that
Right.
person? But I just wanted to put this initial idea out
It
there. So
also
into
has some
that,
kind of science feel to it. I don't know exactly.
say that again, Katie.
It almost has like a science fiction feel to it, like a utopia feel or something.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
we
taking it to a different
definitely,
level. I don't know what you're
yeah,
talking
and
about.
but we definitely are living in a science fiction movie at
Yeah,
the
maybe.
moment, so
Yeah,
seems appropriate.
Yeah.
But I
yeah,
was
man.
just going to
No, but
also say that,
utopia.
aside from the
Utopia.
electoralism, I just personally think that regardless, what you're describing, case study, is this sort of mutual aid and growing that sort of
Hmm.
practice, I think is necessary anyways. So
Yeah.
like, I think that even people that don't want to necessarily run for office, maybe I think it's still something that we're sooner rather than later, we're going to be wishing we grew more of this stuff,
Hmm.
like the time to do it is before shit gets really,
Yeah.
really bad.
But the
Yeah.
last thing I'm going to say, before I love, I don't want to keep up too much time, is that why do you run for office? That's the question. Remember, they asked Hillary Clinton,
Hmm.
"Hey, why do you want to be president?" She couldn't answer it, right?
Right.
So I've been doing the People's Gauntlet initiative, and I've actually come across people who say they're progressive, who I say, "Hey,
Hmm.
I'd love for you to do this idea," and they're in it for me. Like, they're like, well, if I become a People's
Hmm.
Gauntlet champion, how much money can I raise? They're
Oh,
asking. I'm
Hmm.
like, hey, this is a brand new organization. I'm trying to get it to that level of,
right.
Justice Democrats, Democracy for America, and everybody
Right.
else. We're not there yet. But if you can't see
Right.
the vision of what I'm trying to do, then are you really? I'm not going to question your progressive credentials, but are you my type, me personally, my type of progressive? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 So the question is, what are you in this for? And if people see the idea of mutual aid and helping people and they say, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm really just trying to run for office and trying to, that's basically what they were saying if they deny this idea. Like, I want to become representative case. I want to become president case. And they don't see that even if the beauty about this idea is that even if you lose your race,
Hmm.
what did you just do? You just
Right.
help create
Exactly.
mutual aid.
Exact.
You help a whole bunch of people. And then the
Yep.
second thing is you created a infrastructure that you could pass on. If you don't want to run again, pass on that
Hmm.
infrastructure, that the list that you just created, the name. You could say, hey, this is not, we're no longer Nina Turner's mutual aid. We're now Case Study Mutual Aid or Katie Halper
Right.
Mutual Aid. Now you can
Right.
pass on that infrastructure if you got burnt out by running to the next progressive. All right, guys. Much love to you all, and much love to the
And
chat.
everyone follow Case Study QB
Yeah.
Thank
on
you.
Follow him.
really
Thank you
great
so much.